Welcome back to the last event of this 2023-24 season. It's the Xbox PSA World Tour Finals. We're live from Bellevue here in Seattle for what should be a tremendous event throughout the week. Joining me, Nicole. We were last here in Seattle for the PSA World Tour back in 2017, so seen some really, really good squash in this part of America, that's for sure.
Yeah, most of the tournaments we see in the U.S. are on the East Coast, like U.S. Open, obviously, in Philly, and Tournament of Champions in New York. So it's really nice change of pace to bring it out here to the West Coast. Haven't had NetSuite in recent years, so nice for the fans to be able to come through and see some of this world-class squash here.
Well, as we look at the group stages, so specifically for this event, you've got A and B, the women's competition first up, a bit of history being made with Nayla Gillis and Tinna Gillis. Tinna Gillis in her first ever World Tour Finals. Nour Shabini and Nour Tayeb, the experience there. They've been to so many of these in previous years. Group B, Gohar, the form of her life, and she's got Hammamy. They had the final, the monumental final last year, Nicole, between the two. So we've got the winner there. That's a tough group. Gina Kennedy and also Olivia Weaver coming in to her first ever World Tour Finals here in the United States. So great for that.
Absolutely. All eyes on the second group for me. Group B, it's got the strength, obviously, with Gohar and Hammamy, and then Weaver, who's really coming in and now pushing the top three. She just recently reached her highest world ranking of world number 4. And so I think it's going to be an interesting test here, especially with the best of 3 format as well.
Well, that's all the way up to the finals. It's best of 5 for the finals. Best of 3 you'll see in the semis as well. The men's group stages. In Group A, we've got some massive names. Ali Farag and Mustafa Asal recently just played the British Open final. That was monumental. Kareem Abdul-Gawad and Mohamed El Shabagi, formerly of Egypt, playing for England. Nicole, there's the fact that we've got Ali Farag and Mustafa Asal coming up, and Mustafa Asal, we'll be talking about him later on in this in the show, but that's a bit of a nail biter to kick off for Group A.
It is. I've been looking at all of the matches and the lineups, and I mean, we've got semi-final and final lineups, right from the get-go. So for those two to play just a week or so after they've just, as you said, battled it out in Birmingham is going to be really interesting.
And Group B, Coll, Diego Elias and Momen Hesham. He's in his second World Tour Finals. And then we've got the experience of Momen, the oldest player in the World Tour Finals for both the men and the women. So great to see him in the last event of the season.
Absolutely. I think on paper, if you're going to look at the platinums, you look at Hesham and look at Momen and perhaps not put them in as favorites, but the best of 3 format, as I just alluded to, it can definitely throw a spanner into the works. I think that especially for Hesham, we could see him do some damage here.
Well, we've got an unbelievable stat as we come through with the research that was second to none, obviously. Mohamed El Shabagi, who has won 2 out of the 10, the old-timer, so much consistency, Nicole, with him. But we've got to look at Mustafa Asal, 3 from 3. He's the first player ever to do that, you know.
I know, and it's so impressive at this young age as well. And I mean, we were talking a couple months ago how he may have just lost his edge a little bit. Obviously, we've seen him really change his demeanor on court, and now he's actually been able to put that with his amazing squash capabilities that we always knew that he had. And so it'd be interesting to see how he peaks right now at the end of the season for this World Tour Finals, which is definitely his favorite event.
And as we look at the women's, the history of this, 2019 is when it was brought in. Originally, the women's event, 1998, known as the Grand Prix Finals. That was in Hurghada. So Nour Shabini, she's played 9 and won twice. So similar stat there to Mohamed El Shabagi in the men. Gohar also very, very consistent. Hania El Hammamy's made it her own. But we've got a lot of newcomers, haven't we, coming in at the back end there, in particularly with Weaver, Kennedy and the Gillis sisters.
Absolutely. I do think it's going to be a bit of a stretch for a couple of the newcomers, like the Gillis sisters, to come through, especially with a couple of the injuries we've seen with Gillis so far. I don't know if she's going to be able to get the wins against the top 3, but I do think that Weaver is going to have a really good chance to make some history here.
As we look up the lineup, we've got a lot of matches coming up for you. It's 3 days of group stages. So Hania El Hammamy will be up with Nour Tayeb. As we look through there's some massive ones. Coll, Momen Hesham, Nour Shabini with Nayla Gillis in the evening session. Gawad Ali Farag, that's another one. I mean, what really pops for you out of all these matches that we've got today? I mean, it's quite hard to call.
I mean, I don't really know how I'm going to pick just one out of all those. I'm going to take Hania El Hammamy and Nour Tayeb. I think for that one, that's a really strong start. I actually think that with the best of 3, that Tayeb's going to be able to do some damage against Hammamy. And yeah, that's probably the pick of the first session for me.
And Olivia Weaver, she's not changed the name. She's still Olivia, I have to say. playing Tina Gillis. I mean, that's the two players that have never played this tournament before. I mean, there's going to be a lot of pressure. A few nerves, do you think?
I think so. The last time that Olivia Weaver played Tina Gillis was in black ball just a couple months ago, and she kind of stomped the Belgian, I have to say. It was a really impressive performance. So I am interested to see what sort of changes Tina Gillis brings to this match.
Well, we can't wait to see the Black Widow and the Leopard coming up. Here's a little promo to show you those players.
The cage, we raising all of the stakes. Made no mistake, either you stay in your place or we putting you on a plate. Look at our face, we put the fear in the dirt. We had to struggle for change, pick up the pace. We put in infinite work, that's why we stay getting paid. Y'all running late, we moving on to the next. You still been stuck in a phase, there's no debate. We draw the line in the sand, we say it straight to your face. They underrate, till we put the team on our back. We took the city to state, what it's gonna take. Another S on our chest, another beat in the break. Nobody say.
Good afternoon and welcome along to day one, round one of the 2023-2024 Xbox PSA World Tour Finals. Looking to get stuck into the action here in Seattle. We're just outside the main city, in fact, a lovely place called Bellevue, and the players are desperate to get into the thick of the action. We've got 8 matches to bring you across day one. The only real tweak and change is that it is a best of 3 format. So let's meet our first set of players, starting with the current world number 4, our number 7 seed. Let's hear it for Egypt's Nour El Tayeb. And her opponent today is the current world number 3. She's our number 3 seed, also from Egypt. Let's hear it for Hanya El Hammamy. So the players will now warm up for the next 4 minutes. I'll tell you a bit more about them and the seasons that they've had so far, starting with Nour El Tayeb here on the left-hand side of the court. The world number 4, broken back inside.
Our first match of this Xbox PSA World Tour Finals 2023-24. Nour El Tayeb taking on Hanya El Hammamy, both from Egypt. Now I'm Joey Barrington, and joining me we've got Dr. Paul Hornsby from New Zealand.
Pleasure to be here, Joey. Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure, Paul. Always a pleasure. It's been a while. The last time we commentated together was in Hong Kong, which is where Hanya El Hammamy took that title.
Certainly did. Seems like a long time ago, Joey.
Well, Nour El Tayeb, 31 years of age. Had a good British Open, Paul. Got to the semi-finals there, which helped get those valuable points, catapulting her into the World Tour Finals, and always a real danger. Best of 3 format, she can have a go at anyone.
100%. Couldn't agree more, Joey. It's going to be really set up nicely for Nour El Tayeb. We know that she's capable of taking some big scalps out there.
In June of 2023, that was in fact in the semi-final stages of last year's World Tour Finals. El Hammamy going on to win the match by 2 games to love in 21 minutes. So a final reminder that it is a best of 3 format. That means you need to win 2 games to progress through.
Hanya El Hammamy winning this event previously in Cairo. Just to make it clear, the points for this event count. So in previous years, Paul, they used to, it was the reward for the top 8, but now all the points count. So it really is a stepping stone for these top players to help catapult them into the 24-25 season coming up.
Yeah, absolutely, and it just adds that little bit of extra spice to the event. As you say, the best of 3 format will take us all the way through to the final, and of course it is a sudden death at 10-all, which is pretty exciting stuff.
It is, Paul. I'm really looking forward to that one. Last year we had the power play. Not bringing that in this year, but the sudden death, I think that's a good move. These two have played 12 times previously, and twice at the best of 3 format, Paul.
Yeah, she's taken the last 2 matches, Hania El Hammamy against Tayeb back in 2022. Tayeb put a couple of back-to-back wins on the board against Hammamy, so she knows that she can get the job done, and it will be a real cracker, I think, to start off proceedings here in Seattle.
Well, there's Jahangir Khan in the Pakistani colours. Looks like he's getting ready for some one-day cricket. Great to see him here. He's at the British Open as well, so he's a busy man travelling away. He'd like to have played at the best of 3, Paul.
He was, I think he would have been unbeatable at whatever format in his day.
Well, Nathan Turnbull, the Terminator, taking charge of this one, and here's VR Andrea Santamaria. As I say, Paul, the last time we were here in Bellevue, Seattle, was 2017, wasn't it?
2017, Gregory Gaultier. It was a men's only event, I think I'm right in saying. Gaultier sailed through, didn't even drop a game, did he?
No, he was on terrific form. That was a good period of time for the French general. Well, the PSA doing a great job bringing the men's and women's events together. As I say, they were joined up, rebranded in 2019.
Play will start in 30 seconds.
Essential to get a good start. Not always easy being the first match of a tournament. Hania El Hammamy tripped over. Luckily she hasn't hurt herself. A few booby traps around her, Paul.
Xbox PSA World Tour Finals 2023-24 Women's Round 1 match. Hania El Hammamy of Egypt to serve, Nour Tayeb of Egypt to receive. Best of 3 games. Love all.
Hania El Hammamy kicking off this PSA World Tour Finals, sponsored by Xbox.
Up. 1 love. Out. Hand out. 1 all. Guess that. 1-1.
Well, the trickle boast there from Tayeb,
2-1.
being read by Hania El Hammamy. She'll need to get the balance right here, Tayeb. We know that she's got some real wizardry up her sleeve. But the athletic abilities of her opponent might just backfire on her if she opens the court up too much. A superb length though into that back
And out.
right corner from Tayeb.
2-all.
See there, that ball just completely stopped like a stone. Fantastic quality of length.
Out. Hand out. 3-2. Down. 4-2.
Tiebreak finals of this event last year. She was playing injured as well, Paul. It just showed how tough she was.
Down.
That's good from Hammamy. Made the court huge. 1-2
5-2.
across the diagonal.
Gina Kennedy, a familiar face in the crowd.
Stroke to Tayeb.
Ali Farag with Farida. She'll be feeling the jet lag. I
Yeah,
hope
does.
Hania El Hammamy's okay here, Paul. Doing a few kind of slightly awkward stretches.
Hammamy.
I'm sorry, I just twisted my ankle while I'm trying to clear.
Okay.
So just taking a moment there to make sure that's okay.
You right?
Saw Tinnigilis really turn her ankle over at the British Open, and
Head out.
thankfully she was
3-5.
okay, but it literally, where the ankle bone hits the floor.
Yeah, pretty painful and just unnerves you for a few moments, doesn't it? Just need to clear it out of your mind as well. Let's shrug it off physically. Oh yes. Well, that's the sort of thing that we expect to see from Tayeb.
4-5.
Fantastic finish.
Yeah, a bit of a skip in the step as well, so that'll lift Tayeb up.
Hold up.
Well, she's absolutely pummeled it into that front
Hand
right
out.
corner.
6-4.
Ball opened up a nice angle for her there.
Down.
Well, the original lead
And
from
out.
El Hammamy only down to 1.
5-6.
Got to be careful here. Tayeb's definitely got the momentum.
Yeah, she's kept herself in touch. Be a costly error from Hammamy. Keeps Tayeb well and truly in touch here. Business end of this opening game.
Oh, that was very cool. Inside outer. Good rally, this one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's again the long drop shot from the backhand back corner. That's 2 in a row she's missed.
All.
It was a great rally, some tidy squash.
Yeah.
Well, third time lucky. She put that away beautifully. Again,
And out.
finding the
7,
perfect angle into
6.
that front corner, this time on the backhand side.
Yeah, encouraging though, the fact she's made those errors on that shot, but happy to persevere.
Yeah. And out. 7 all.
Well, she does continue to go for it into that front left corner, Joey, but that's only 1 from 4 she's managed to nail.
Yeah, the stats don't look good in that respect. See a tactic that she wants to employ against Tayeb. Oh, wow.
Got it tight as well.
Stroke to Tayeb.
All the strokes gone in, she'll be fuming, but I don't think she cleared.
8, 7.
See this here.
Yeah, the ball was loose. Pulled it away from the side wall and Tayeb takes the lead. Big points coming up. Oh, it's superb. How nicely did she take that in? Immensely
9,
aggressive. So much spin on the ball there from the racket of Tayeb.
Well, she does cut through it nicely on the backhand side, and she's got that swagger about her again.
Yeah, she's up for this big time.
Certainly seen some lengthy rallies. You'd expect that. Conditions here relatively warm.
It's due to get a lot warmer as well over the next few days.
Oh, she's
Stroke
got the
to
stroke.
Tayeb.
Nour Tayeb.
Yes. Really positive squash, isn't it?
Yeah, she's woken up well. It was a bit of a
10,
sluggish
7.
start from her.
Game ball.
Gifted 3 unforced errors in that front left-hand corner from El Hammamy. She's got 3 opportunities to take the best of 3 format, Paul, a very important first.
Huge. It's a clever one down the middle, but Hammamy reads it. Oh.
That's a nice volley. That's a good volley. It was a good rally. You're enjoying that one.
I
could
was
hear you.
enjoying it. You could tell probably from my body language.
Also, your vocality.
And up. 8-10. Game ball.
I tell you what, the way she put the ball away there, Hammamy into that front left corner, where she's missed so much, there was not a shadow of doubt in her mind, was there? She played it so positively and confidently. Stuck it to the sidewall.
Yeah, got what it deserved. Nice improvisation,
11-8.
cutting it across the tin.
Game to Tayeb. Tayeb leads 1-0.
Solid first game from Nour Tayeb. Once she got going,
Yeah, a bit of work to do here for the number 3 seed. She's got her hands full.
.13 minutes for this first match of today's play. Tayeb leading 1-0.
Well, the opening game of the opening match here in Seattle didn't disappoint. It was an entertaining first game. These two Egyptian ladies, of course the number 3 seed, Hammamy, came out and looked to be pretty steady. She was seeing the ball early, absorbing what Nour Tayeb was throwing at her, but Tayeb wouldn't go away, extended the rallies,
11-8.
and there was a flurry of errors there on the backhand front corner from Hania El Hammamy. Just saw the score trickle away, and it was beautifully finished.
Play will resume
by,
in 60
Nour
seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's amazing about the top few players is that they've raised the bar, but I think everyone's responding. I mean, you look at those players, 4 through even top 15, top 20. Everyone you can see is constantly evolving and striving to raise their game because of the bar that they've set. So, you look at all sports, there are players that are dominant and at the top for a period of time, but I think that sometimes it just takes a couple of results, couple of wins, couple of good blocks of training, and you never know what can happen. It's a really exciting time for women's squash because there are just so many different styles of players as well. Every opponent is such a different challenge, different problem to solve. And I think everyone's just, clean, fair player. It's typically enjoyable to compete against those other top players.
well, Hania El Hammamy has got to put in some good testing rallies at the early stage of this second, and
Down. And out. 1-love. Down.
Never quite looked set there, did she?
And out. 1-all.
Slightly off balance, didn't quite time it correctly.
yeah, I know again, it's with both the right-handers. Backhand volley drop shot, such a positive shot, such a confidence shot for them. Oh, she
Oh, that
conceded
stayed
it. Yeah, I thought it stayed in by a whisker as well.
2-1.
Even Tayeb's confused by that.
Oh,
the shank on
Three,
the side wall.
1.
She's at sea here in Seattle. Well, I don't know how she managed to get out of that slip. Oh, that was game over then.
Some good recovery work here from Tayeb. She's played it.
Played. It's really well played. Another testing physical rally. Could this be the opportunity for El Hammamy to start to make her way into this match?
Brilliant. Brilliant hands there from Hammamy. The awkward position, had to organise a racket. How quickly she does so. Plays it with pinpoint accuracy as well.
More assertive again.
4-3.
She missed it as a reaction volley.
Hand out. 4-all.
What do you think it is? Why? I mean, that one was a slightly different one because it was more reactive. But why are the errors coming on the backhand side?
Yeah, I mean, again, it was not a shot that she was setting in position for, but we've seen her miss a couple of uncharacteristic ones where she's just seemed to have mistimed it for me. And we've seen her put a couple away really positively as well. You use the word assertive. I think that she's just got to be not shying away from the shot, but really playing it as positively as possible. Really focused on getting solid and getting that racket through the ball.
You can, yes.
So,
did you want a review? No. Okay.
No, just a signal to wipe the hand. It's the universal signal, Paul. I don't know if you have it down in New Zealand.
Absolutely.
Paul, not from New Zealand originally, for any of the viewers wanting to know.
4-all.
No, but I was educated on that
signal.
The hand signal, yeah. Cover it off when you go and get your citizenship. It's one of the tests.
I was going to say, yeah, it must be. These rallies have been quite testing.
Yes, left. 4-all.
Question for you, just for the viewers. Your home county, is it Lincolnshire?
Lincolnshire.
What's Lincolnshire famous for?
Lincolnshire. It is sausages and flatness.
Hand out.
Flat sausages.
5-4.
It's got to be other things as well.
Scunthorpe United, of course.
It's got to be a cheese. Is there not a cheese from Lincolnshire?
No, I think you're thinking of Leicestershire.
Yeah, that's true.
Red Leicester.
Down.
Well,
Hand out. 5
once
all.
again, and it's a big point as well, that.
That is a big point, and for the level that she can play at. That's a pretty elementary error.
Yeah, it's the error count now is getting way too high by Hania El Hammamy standards.
Straight to Tayeb.
Yeah, she can't. That could be dangerous. That could be dangerous. There's no review.
Well, she put a huge amount of pressure in that front corner. The drop there from
6-5.
Tayeb was absolutely delicate as you like.
Yeah, it was very much so. Have you heard of the Lincolnshire poacher?
Yeah, I know there used to be a pub called the Poacher in Scunthorpe. I never went in.
Invite only. It's a good line. Good recovery though. Again, the frustration.
Oh, it's tight.
That was.
Oh.
Hand out. 6 all.
Still in the mix here in the second game. Locked in at 6-all. Haven't seen this this particular court for quite a long time with the old brown floor. She got it.
Oh, she read it as well.
7.
Too much pace on the ball. Got it super wide there, Hammamy. She would have been expecting Tayeb to be hunting that one down, and she draws level. No, she doesn't. She goes ahead.
By 1.
Yes, let.
But it's in my follow through. It's in my backswing, I mean.
Yeah, I've given a yes, let.
So
7-6.
let ball. Again, this is such murky ground, isn't it? There's the kind of prevented or affected,
Yeah.
and if it's affected, they try to go through the let ball, but if it's prevented, it's a stroke.
Well, she took her a second. She was no doubt trying to communicate visually with Ali Farag, no doubt. See whether she should use a review, but she didn't.
Yes, let. 7-6.
Oh, it's good pressure, but she's still getting the ball back. It's well
Yeah.
played from El Hammamy.
Just one too many. Kept her cool, didn't she? Because she wouldn't go away there, Tayeb.
6. Down.
Another example of that kind of mental toughness
Hand out.
from Tayeb,
7-8.
making this increasingly more awkward, I would say, for El Hammamy.
Well, she'll still completely back herself to get this job done in 2, I'm sure. Nour Tayeb. She's played well. A lot of stuff back from the front of the court. But that is lovely. Little backhand cross-court flick from number 3 seed.
9-7.
Yeah, she hasn't played that variation. First time in this match.
Down.
It's a big, big miss.
Hand out.
Looked a bit edgy to me there.
9.
Kind of tried to take the ball very early, but just looked a bit twitchy in the racket work. The follow through was... didn't really look too certain about where the ball was going.
Oh, she's really sold her one there. If we weren't walking everywhere, you'd be getting a taxi. You enjoy your walk to the club. Oh, it's a fair old distance.
It's a long one, isn't it?
It is. It's worth it, though, for the calorie counter.
Too right.
Oh, there's a massive yalla, which means come on in Arabic.
Hand out. 10-9. Game ball.
Hammamy on the cusp of equalising in this first match of the best-of-3 format. It's well played from Hammamy.
11-9.
Evident frustration for Tayeb, so close in that second game. See ya.
Yeah, she would have seen an opportunity there, but that was a pretty cool finish from Hammamy. Beautiful forehand volley, just to perfection.
Well, there's some good physicality in this. 29 minutes as we look at equal footing at 1 game all in the first match of today's play here in Pool B for the women.
Yeah, the World Tour finals, I remember when I was watching it growing up, I mean, it's always a testament of how well you've been playing all season to be among the top 8 players in the world. It shows consistency, it shows that you belong up there, and I remember the very first time I got in, I actually got in by Rami pulling out, but I was still very proud, and I think I've made it every single season ever since, so it's been an honor participating in it, even though I've never won it before. It's one of those titles that have been eluding me. I haven't made a final in 6 years, but yeah, you know, top 8 players, different format. You play group stages first in a best-of-3 format, and then if you qualify to the now there is a point system in it as well. I mean, 3-4 years back it was just played for pride and glory really, and obviously prize money, but now it affects your ranking, so it makes it a bit more exciting even. And then yeah, every win counts, and then if you make it to the final, you play a best-of-5 against, I guess, the best player in that season. I guess this one in Hong Kong and Black Ball, even though Black Ball is not a platinum event, but those 3, I made it to 4 Black Ball finals, 3 Hong Kong finals, 1 World Tour finals, and I have never won any of them. Every time it was played in Egypt, it was in very hot conditions. I came up against very tough players, and I never really managed to play my best squash. So now it's in Seattle, a place that I'm very fond of. I've been going back to almost every year for the invitational event, and before then in 2015 I played my first ever World Championships. So lots of great memories. The Khan family are very nice to us, and it's such a cozy event, but in a good way. You know, people really love their squash. So I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully I can do a little bit better this time.
Down.
Well, that is more like it into that front backhand from Hammamy.
1-love.
Perfectly straight. Well, you heard the groan from the crowd there.
1-all.
That ball just rolls out of that back wall, Nick.
Just see Jahangir Khan again. You're a big tracksuit wearer. Would you wear the all-in-one?
All the rage in Lincolnshire, mate. That's what Lincolnshire was famous for, going back to you.
The old
previous question.
The old tracksuits.
1-all.
I used to be sponsored by Kappa back in the day.
I remember that, yeah.
I had so many.
You used to forget to put arms on your shirts, didn't they?
It was only when I was playing Lee Beecher, I'd get the arms out. Obviously, he had horrendous chicken arms. Yeah, I had so many tracksuits, I had to get another wardrobe to hang them up. I had every colour. It's a great symbol, though, Kappa. It's a man and a woman back-to-back, naked.
Head out. 2-1.
Yeah, it was good fun back then. What's a famous New Zealand brand?
Famous New Zealand brand, Canterbury.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's cricket, isn't it?
And rugby.
All right.
And hockey. Well, that's not what the doctor ordered. She deserved to lose that rally. Fortunately, trying to conjure up something that wasn't on.
3-1.
Yeah, she just left herself stranded, really.
It's good work from El Hammamy. She's throwing Al Tayeb around the court.
Well, the drop, though, that time was way too high from Hammamy. Sat right up on the front wall.
2-3.
Tayeb onto it like a flash.
Hand out. 4-2.
Yeah, unfortunately, she was just standing there, Paul. Norel Tayeb, not deceptive on that trickle boast.
3-4.
Again, she's becoming a bit of a nuisance for El Hammamy. So frustrated, but I mean, when the ball's as tight as that.
5-3. out. 6-3.
Well, she certainly looks pretty frustrated out there, Noral Tayeb. To switch back on. Scoreboard's opening up here for Hammamy.
You think one more point really for it. Oh, I just say that, and it's back to that shot. This could change things considerably because there's a kind of a frustration but a danger with Tayeb. She didn't need to do that. I mean, she certainly go back to the drawing board a bit and practice that shot, and imagine on her practice that's better. Yeah, it's a good line. How she's getting these balls back. Outrageous court coverage there from Tayeb.
Yeah, she's moved well throughout this match, I think. Tayeb's got a lot of stuff back. Oh, it's made it. Well, this is a crazy rally. Hammamy didn't think the ball was going to make the front wall. She just stood staring at it.
Down.
That's a big rally. Hammamy manages to get the job done, and she's back in control.
8-4. Down. 9-4.
Yeah, the wheels are coming off now. It's taken a fair bit of work, though, from El Hammamy to come to this situation.
Yeah, she's been strong mentally, I would say, in this match, Joey. Certainly not going to look back on this as being the highest quality squash. Error count's been out of control at times.
Tell you what, though, you can never write her off, I tell you. And that was played quite
Hand out. 5-9.
beautifully. Oh, talk about cutting the ball. She's far away from that one, but another good finish. So El Hammamy really persevering with that
10-5.
front left-hand corner, and she's starting to turn the stats around in that area of the court. 5 match balls.
Down.
And the error coming
11-5
from Tayeb. A good battle to kick off today's play, that's for sure.
11-5.
Certainly was. It was entertaining squash. Expected Tayeb to be quite dangerous in this format, which it proved to be so. Solid finish, really, from Hammamy. She was good in that third game.
Yeah, she upped the ante slightly there. We're going to be hearing from Hanya with Michael.
Hanya, congratulations, well done. You bounced back well there from that one, losing the first game, but coming back and winning the next 2. Quite a lot of errors in that match. How was your first match out on court for you?
Well, after the first, I thought about what happened the first, and I regrouped, and I said it was 11-8, and half of the game was errors from my hand, so I just told myself to try as much as I can to not hit the tin, even if it's long and physical. But yeah, I think in the second I made a lot of errors as well, but a bit less than the first. I think the third was the best out of the 3 games, so definitely glad that I managed to come back, and it's definitely tough to play against someone that is as accurate as Noor. So yeah, it was a tough first round, and glad that I managed to get through.
Looked like you won the mental battle out there as well. I mean, it was a tough one mentally. You've always, like you said, you've got to regroup. You've got to come back to win the second and the third, knowing that there's sort of valuable points on it. So you take away 3 points from this match. What other lessons do you take away?
I don't know, really.
It's a tricky question. No, maybe it was perfect for you. I don't know. Do you think you'll go back and reflect on it, and anything will spring to mind?
Yeah, definitely. I will go back, watch the match again, and see where I could improve for tomorrow's match. Speak to my coach Laura, and well, definitely I know she will have a lot to say about today, and yeah, hopefully tomorrow I could come back better than today.
And just give us an idea. Obviously, it's day one for us. It's a slightly different format. What do you have to do differently as players when it's sort of 2 pools of 4 and you've got to qualify in the top 2? But to do that, you've got to try and get as many points by beating your opponent. It's 4 points for a 2-love victory, and it's only 3 points. So if it's a 2-1 victory, so do those sort of things matter, or is it just about trying to accumulate as many points as possible? Hopefully, there's a question in there somewhere.
You keep asking tough questions today. What's wrong? I'm still jet lagged as well, so calm down. I mean, I try as much as I can to get the win on the day, and if I get the win, then it doesn't matter the points, whether it's 3 points or 4 points. Today I managed to come off with 3 points. I could have easily lost today, and then it would have been very tough for me for the next 2 days. So yeah, it's just the most important thing is to win. Doesn't matter in 3 or in 2, I guess.
Okay. Well, that's the answer we were looking for. Congratulations, well done. Never easy being first up, especially with the jet lag. Hania El Hammamy, everybody. More tricky questions to come. That's the best part of the job.
Well, summed up perfectly, really, there from Hania El Hammamy, who will be relieved to get that job done. It was a fizzing performance from Noor Tayeb, certainly for the first game, and she got very close there in the second to causing an upset in the opening match here, but it was Hania El Hammamy. She remained tough mentally. She was solid in the third game. It was certainly the best squash from her in the match. She'll take that one with both hands and regroup ready for tomorrow.
40 minutes, some really good, tough work between these two. El Hammamy, previous winner of this event, taking it 2 games to 1. Diego Elias yet to win this event, taking on Tariq Momen in the first men's match of today's play. I'll be handing over to the very potent combination of Aisling Blake and Nicole Bunyan for that one. They'll be on in 4 minutes. I'm going to go and eat some more ginger.
Great pleasure to welcome you to tonight's PSA Awards dinner to celebrate the achievements of the stars of the PSA World Tour.
So our first award, this award is chosen by the players on the PSA World Tour, and it's awarded to a fellow pro that they believe best exemplifies the spirit of squash. The winner this year is Noor El-Shabini.
Yeah, it feels amazing. It's amazing to win this award, actually first time ever, and coming from the players as well, it means a lot, and I think this is the best feeling ever, to feel the love from the players, and I just hope I'm a good example and I'm not a bad influence for anyone. Yeah, this is what the meaning of sport is, and you have to focus on your attitude on court more, and off court more if possible. So yeah, I think it really means a lot having this award voted from the players.
So we will switch our attention to our next award, which is the Male Spirit of Squash Award, and your winner this year is Ali Farag.
Feeling very proud, feeling very blessed and grateful to my peers. You know, so many great players play the sport in the way it should be played. Naming a few, Paul, Joel today, so many great players, and obviously on the women's side as well. And I learned from them. I think we rub it off on each other, and I hope that we can keep up that spirit for many years to come. Obviously the fans are a huge stakeholder in the sport, but when the people that you fight your livelihood against on court still see you that way, it means so much to me, and I can be more grateful for them, really.
We are going to focus next on the Women's Challenger Tour Player of the Season. The winner is Mena Walid.
Hi everyone, it's Minna Walid. First of all, thank you to the PSA for giving me this opportunity, and for everyone who voted for me. I am truly honored to receive the Player of the Year award, and I apologize for not being able to come this year. Hopefully I can do it next year. I want to thank everyone who has supported me throughout this journey. My family, my squash coach Karim Ali, my fitness coach Muhammad Abdul Latif, and my mental coach Ahmed Salah and Muhammad Mabrouk, and my sponsors as well, Head and Eyes Steel.
We'll switch our attention then to the Men's Challenger Tour Player of the Season, and your winner is Jonah Bryant.
Yeah, no, it's a great award to win. Obviously, it shows a consistent season, good results. So yeah, I'm very happy. The best winner of the season was the Irish Open, which was in April. I was unseeded in an event, it was a 20k, so obviously I beat four players I wasn't meant to beat, basically. So
now we switch our attention to the Women's Young Player of the Year, and the winner is Amina Orfi.
Hi everyone, my name is Amina Orfi, and I'm so glad to end my first full season on the Pro Tour by winning the prestigious Young Player of the Year award for the second time in a row. And I just wanted to thank everyone who voted for me this year, and see you next year.
So that takes us very nicely on to the Men's Young Player of the Year award. Naturally, our next award follows the same suit, and same rules apply, so under 23 years of age. The winner is Mustafa Assad.
Yeah, it's really amazing, thankfully that I'm still young, still 23 years old. I wasn't expecting actually to be in the list, but that's I'm really proud of, and I have won actually this award from many years ago. I'm really happy with it, and hopefully it's going to be the men's next year.
This award is chosen by the PSA Awards Committee. It's in conjunction with an online fan poll, and is presented to the female player who best demonstrated supreme athletic performance. And the winner is Nuran Gohar.
We will be able to win Player of the Year for the third time in a row now, and it's amazing. I've won the Youngest Player Award for 3 times actually before, and it feels amazing, but I think I will realize that with the off-season. Obviously right now with the British Open, I want to play every single match with the same intensity and the same hunger, not really being too relaxed or thinking I've achieved everything I want. No, actually I want more, and I think during the off-season I will celebrate very hard. Well, for now, eyes on the final tomorrow, and then obviously the World Tour finals. Hopefully I can finish on a high.
The 2023-2024 PSA Men's Player of the Year, Diego Elias. He has gone back home now to Peru to celebrate that World Championship. That was a huge moment for him in his career. So we'll let him enjoy the celebrations back home. Well deserved to him.
History and legacy is so important in all sport, and I am so happy that finally we are launching tonight the PSA's official Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for James Stephen Hall. I can't believe I've got the opportunity to say this, but please welcome to the stage the great Hammamy.
Oh, it's a real privilege, I think these awards keep the legacy of the sport alive, and I'm just so delighted to be here with the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Jahangir and I played in the same era, and it was different for them, for women, but this man was always the ultimate gentleman, so I'm so privileged to be standing alongside him.
Well, it's a privilege and honor to receive this award, because we've been playing for many years, and then obviously you see many awards, but this is something which is starting from you, and it's like first when you're getting it, I think it's like paying back your whole hard work, what you have done for the game, and all the service done for the game as well.
He was involved in the game to honour an outstanding commitment and service to the sport away from the court. The winner of this award, I can say, is Jonah Barrington.
And I'm very privileged to receive it from PSA.
My whole life, it seems, has been spent very close to this very strange sport inside what I called somewhat larger than a prison cell, and sometimes not as attractive, with not a picture on the wall. To see the way this wonderful sport has developed is also quite incredible, and I suppose especially in this last maybe 15 years, the way in which at the highest level with SQUASHTV showing to a much wider audience, and all the time making changes that have progressed and improved all aspects of the game. With the additional financial input that seems to be coming most essentially from the United States, and that's very, very important. I can't see why this sport isn't going to develop into one of the mega sports over the next 10-15 years.
And backing him up in the VR position is Daniel Greco.
Time.
So the ever-present father-son combo. Dad is always by his side.
Play will start in 15 seconds.
Sorry, I was just going to say that was definitely one of the highlights, if I think back on the season, seeing their embrace at the end of Elias's win at the World Championships. That was pretty special to see. You know.
Serve Tariq Momen of Egypt to receive. Just getting the towel here. Yeah, no problem. Best of 3 games. Level.
Diego Elias hits the first ball of the men's side of this World Tour Finals. Best 8 in the world you're going to see over the next few days. And this young man, and he is young, he's a mere child compared to, well, not compared to you, compared to some of the other commentating staff, is the world champion.
And compared to his opponent this evening as well, also former world champion, but veteran.
Out 1-all.
Well, there's Diego's dad, as I was just saying before. Travels with him everywhere, and that's definitely got to be one of the highlights of his career as a coach, seeing his son win the World Championships just about a month ago.
Yeah, there's a lot of family influence on the tour. I mean, it's rare that you'll, well, I shouldn't say that. Shabini travels with her dad, of course. it's more the partners and the wives and the combinations that are on the tour now. But having that familial support must be huge when it comes to the big moments in their careers.
Yeah, that's definitely the number one person you'd want to share that with.
Momen playing his way nicely into this first game.
Yes, lad. 2-1.
Choosing very wide on the cross court, taking out the volley option from Elias. He doesn't seem happy at all with that decision.
No, he gave the referee a little bit of a look back, didn't he?
Oh, how far up did he go for that return of serve?
Now, 3-1.
He needs some clarification.
1. 3-1.
He did not do the homework prior to coming to event. Now, does he know that at 10-all in each game there is it's sudden death?
Well, I certainly hope that the players have done their homework and are not expecting the power plays, which we've had in the past. That would be a bit of a shocker. Yeah, just to reiterate that, no power plays, which there have been. There was last year. But this year is sudden death, as you said.
Sudden death, 10-all. That'll make things nice and interesting and tense. Towards the back. Oh, beautiful.
And out 2-3.
He needed that to get back on the board. Sorry, Nicole.
Down. 3-all.
I do wonder what Elias's mindset is going to be coming into this, considering last time they played was in Elguna, and as we said, it was not a favorable match for him, right? They moved to the back courts. He lost pretty quickly. After having had a really good stint of training, he'd purposely not played some events. He'd taken some time out in order to train, and obviously that ended up paying dividends when he did win the World Championship shortly after.
4-3.
But just wonder how he's feeling then, having had that match against Momen, having won the World Championships, and then obviously last week having had a bit of an early exit by his standards against Joel Macon at the British Open. So keen to see how he's faring mentally at this stage.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go on and on about it this weekend. That long season. I'm very tired thinking about how tired they must be, because it's felt ridiculously long, especially with the World Team Championships for the men in December as well. There was hardly a break in sight. And again with Elias, when he's on mentally, he's very sharp. So a lot of the skill and accuracy and the winning of the points will come down to how he's feeling mentally. Pick up the racket for 2 points. But yeah, but because of those peaks and troughs, I mean, that must be very unstable, destabilizing for you when you're playing at the top of your game like that. Winning the World Champs, coming back out losing in the quarterfinals in the British Open.
4-all.
You know, it's been up and down all season, but up when it mattered. Those were quick hands there, weren't they?
Yeah, and a good finish there by Momen.
No let. Ball was forward.
Yeah, it's a good decision. Momen's shaking his head, but that was incredible
And
touch
out.
from Elias with the backhand drop.
5-4.
Went for the width there too, didn't quite get it.
Well, Momen's doing court sprints.
Just opened the court up with that right there, then perfectly hit into space. Actually, it didn't even need to be that good, did it?
And out. 5-6. Six all. Seven, 6.
So Momen edging out in front for the first time in this match. Oh, that was a better version of the cross-court drop.
8-6.
Just caressing just above the tin there. He gets his 2-point cushion. How important is a 2-point cushion in a best of 3 in the first game?
Massive. That'll be at least worth a 4-point cushion in the best of 5 format.
Yeah.
We've seen that a few times now. Both players looking to take in the drop and then follow up and close down the court.
Oh, that's nice. Set up quite well. We've seen him use the backhand drop a few times with Elias, just making the Peruvian move into that front right.
9-7.
But it was the counter drop, off the counter drop, that did the damage there. Trapped.
Out.
Just sailing out of court.
10-7, game ball.
That was a costly unforced error. Elias's bread and butter. Such a high position on the serve return. Game ball, three of them for Momen. Just gets a let there. He went
game ball.
ever so slightly to the left in his first movement.
By the time you could hit it, there was room.
Oh!
11-7, game to Momen. Momen leads 1 game to love.
First game and first blood to Momen in this Pool B. This is the first match for both players in Pool B. 13 minutes on the scoreboard in that one, 11-7. Bit of a regroup needed from Diego Elias here.
Play will resume in 30 seconds.
Slightly gave up the ghost on the last point in that one. I know it was somewhat inevitable, but the demeanor just
15 seconds.
would give your opponent a little inkling that you might not be all there already for this match mentally. Sharp.
Momen leads 1 game to love.
Well, look at the winners from Momen in that first game.
Love all.
9.
That's astonishing stat. Well, that's one. That's one. Let's keep a count on them here. Nicole. Well, that's 2.
2 love.
That's 2. so we might have been wrong there, Nicole. He's edging them up.
Well, he certainly did tighten up his short game at the back end of that, Aisling. It was some excellent touch from him. Oh! Just missed that.
And out. 1.
Nearly
2.
rewarded for his bravery there.
Big change in body language, though, from Momen. Felt at the beginning of the first game, it was actually Elias that had the edge. Obviously, the score was close, but it just looked like he was more positive, and you could see Momen's shoulders just hunching a little bit. But now it's completely changed. Got a big bounce in his step.
He's staying way too. Elias is playing that drop shot, and he's standing up off the ball. There's no movement back. Look at this. So there's a giant gaping hole in the back left for Tayeb Momen to hit into. It's going to get a stroke.
Ooh. That's worthy of a review, I feel.
Player review Momen on the
coveted one
yes-led
review that you
decision.
get. He's hit him with his racket. I'm going to take another look at this.
The amount of how much is the swing prevented? I would say a significant amount.
I mean, it
Would you
comes
not?
over to his forehand, but he can't actually shape to hit a forehand because Elias is in the way.
Initially goes in for the backhand. Maybe that's where they're getting the let situation. Oh, he's ready. Oh.
Yes, led decision appel. Momen has no reviews remaining. Right box 3-1.
I can only think there that it's the second attempt at hitting the ball. He goes in on the backhand and then he has to switch to his forehand. But a reprieve for Elias because he would have been looking at 4-1 down then. Well, he is. He is looking at 4-1 down.
Yeah, Elias' short game has not measured up to the same quality of Moments here. He's just inviting Momen to come in and attack with his speed and with his counter-attacking abilities as well.
Out. I saw the ball out.
As soon as that left Momen's racket, actually, I thought that was going to sail out.
Not up. Thank you. Hand out 5-2. Down. Hand out 3-5.
Well, again, there's that boast, which is just not doing any sort of damage to Momen. It's just inviting so much pressure, actually.
Yeah, I'm watching all the time. All good. Movement, all good for me. Hand out 6-3.
Look how he does this and comes
Yeah, no, there's no decision to make. The video referee and myself, we were happy with that particular movement. If we see any unnatural, we will deal with it.
So he has no recourse there, but we can watch it back and we can decide. Does Elias have a point there? I didn't see too much wrong with Momen's movement off the ball. I feel like there's more, unfortunately, wrong with Elias's movement off the ball. He's not ready for the next shot. Usually he's like covering the cross-court angle when he hits the straight drop in the front, because he hits a wonderful straight drop into those front corners.
Yes, let. 6-3. Player review, Elias, on the yes, let decision.
Well, Momen is out of the way like a flash. Realizes this coming into the middle, and he moves pretty quickly out of the way. I feel like it's a good decision.
Yes, let decision upheld. Elias has no review remaining. Right
Perhaps
box.
a bit of a wasted review for Elias. Wow, that's incredible short work from Momen. He's absolutely plucked that out of the air. Look at this. Just growing with confidence now throughout the second game. 7-3 lead, Aisling. This is kind of going the way of their previous meeting.
Down.
Oh,
going quickly
head's
as well.
Head's gone, and it's so dangerous in this format for your head to go. It's 9-3 now, and I will say with confidence that this match is drawing to a close. But the good thing is that it's the group format. You know, sometimes you need a wake-up call like this, and then come out fire and pick up those 4 points in the next couple of matches, should I say?
4-9.
Yeah, it's not single knockout. There's still room to grow throughout the tournament. I mean, Momen's touch here on this court has just been faultless. 6 match balls for Momen now.
Oh.
11-4, match to Momen, 2 games to love. 11-7, 11-4.
Close hit for both players, Diego Elias, picking up the full 4 points. Tayeb Momen.
It was brief. It was brief. And you see the body language here of Diego Elias. Very forlorn. Let's have a listen to what he's got to say about that match, Tayeb Momen.
Thank you, Aisling. Yeah, let's have a quick chat with Tayeb. Well done. You backed up that victory in El Gouna with a victory here against the world champion. Worth reminding everyone of that. Must feel pretty good to beat the current world champion, doesn't it?
It sure does. I mean, even if he hadn't won that world championship, he still is a quality player, and always getting a good win against him is something I have to give myself credit for. So happy with that win. A lot of people questioned my win last time, so I just wanted to make sure. I'm just kidding. It's just every day is a different day. Today I knew that the court conditions would suit me. I know this court is dead and this is the way I like to play squash. So yeah, we've been playing in hot conditions all year long, so I'm happy to change venues and play in something that's a bit chilly. But yeah, I'm very happy with the way I played today. I really had no expectations. I just wanted to reset and refocus after the British Open. My head was all over the place, and I had the baby part, done. Now I have the baby. He arrived safely, and I'm not worried about anything. I'm just trying to enjoy this event, last one of the season. So I'm happy with the way things turned out today.
Yeah, congratulations on that as well. We're going to talk about that later in the week, no doubt. So you come here with less pressure and a victory here in round one. I guess a victory tomorrow to back that up as well pretty much sees you through safely. So I guess that's the target. But is it ever as simple as that?
It's never that simple, no. Yeah, I've seen people who lose on the first day to love and then make it, and others who win 2 matches in a row and still don't make it. So it's always tricky with this format, but it's interesting. I mean, everyone will be on their toes the whole time. I'm just going to focus every day at a time. Tomorrow's just a new day. I'm going to focus on that match only and nothing else. And yeah, and see how it goes.
Awesome job today. Fantastic touch on the court. Let's hear it one more time for Tayeb Momen.
All eyes were on this repeat encounter from El Gouna. Momen just continued in the same fashion from their previous match. Conditions suiting his style of game, which he alluded to in that interview with Michael. Short game was on point, and of course, never has a bad movement day, the Viper. And he put that to the test today against the Peruvian. Smelled a little bit of weakness from Diego Elias and completely ran away with that match. 2 games to love.
That's it. 4 valuable points in the box, in the bag for Tayeb Momen. 21 minutes. That was a very, very short best of 3. So next we flip back over to the women's event. Nouran Gohar, reigning world champion and British Open champion, takes on Georgina Kennedy of England. That's just under 5 minutes, so stay tuned for that one.
A shot.
Is that your favourite?
Oh, that's a good one. I mean, certainly not Rocky V. That was awful.
Tommy Morrison.
Oh, that's a bit special. It's a heavyweight blow, this one, from Hesham.
And out 3-6.
Really lovely.
To try to find some positives at the back end of this game to work hard. Doesn't help when Abuelkir does that, though.
9-2.
Oh, look
That
at
is
that.
outrageous.
Slight roll on that one. Very wristy.
Good job.
Oh! Fantastic. Well, there's not a lot you can do about that. What a shot.
Well, we just mentioned the big forehand. Absolutely unleashing on this one.
Oh my word, that is a great shot. That was really quite perfect. Look at that.
How about that?
Well, the slumber is over for the babyface assassin, also known as Garfield.
Yeah, I mean, the women's game has just improved drastically in the last 10 years or so. There's been some unbelievable players, hasn't there? Some unbelievable matches, quite a lot involving that lady, Nourel Tayeb. What a kill that was. She just doesn't hold back, does she?
Well, she's got the lead. Why not? It's a shot she enjoys.
Yeah, that was a great rally, Johnny.
It was.
I'm wondering, I just want to see how he responds here after that workout there.
Oh, yeah! Absolutely ripped that one in. Got a few claps there, Johnny boy. Bang, that's how he responds. Straight out of Highlander. There can be only one, is it?
Oh, it's a beauty. Clever. Nice bit of skill there. Crowd really appreciating that. Just something a little bit different from the youngster.
If he hadn't wrapped his racket around Coll and just prepared normally, do you think, and stopped, he could have got a stroke for it?
It would have been more likely to. Of course, without that, it does change the dynamic of you being able to get through to the ball as well. But what you're looking for the whole time is...
Oh, he's done him on the leisure centre post! That is an absolute
player
ripper.
must win by 2 points.
That is straight out of the leisure centre in the southwest. Check it out. That is a great shot.
From Egypt, Mustafa Assad!
Elias has won the World Championship!
Welcome to the squash court. Before we begin, make sure you have the right ball for your level of play. So this is the red mini squash ball. It's the bounciest ball and it's perfect for little kids who are just starting to play squash because it's very bouncy and give them more time to prepare their swing before they hit the ball.
The blue dot ball is perfect for anyone new to the game of squash. Unlike more advanced balls, the blue dot does not need to be warmed up to be played. The red dot ball or the progress ball is good for anyone who's been playing with the blue ball and is looking for more of a challenge. The red dot ball is smaller and less bouncy, so you have to work harder to keep the rallies going.
For experienced players, the single yellow dot ball offers a great challenge.
The single yellow dot is the same size as the double yellow dot that we use on the PSA World Tour, but it has 10% more bounce.
Meaning you can get used to the speed of the game at a more advanced level.
So before you start playing, it is really important to check and make sure you're using the right ball for your level of play.
That was an incredible pick-up.
Oh my goodness, she got it!
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Thanks for grabbing off you go. Those promos are an absolute scandal, so please feel free to write in with praise or even praise on social media.
Absolutely magnificent.
Very, very cool promos for these players. Gohar, the number 2 seed current world champion, taking on Gina Kennedy, the number 5 seed from England, playing in her second World Tour finals. I'm Joe Barrington.
That was an incredible pick-up.
Oh my goodness!
You can be still massively hungry to get a solid event to finish off this 2023-24 season. She had an absolute shocker in the World Tour finals last year with the power play. She really did do her head in, literally. We're going sudden death though, Ashley. What are your thoughts on that? That surely must get the bubbles going.
Yeah, it does. I like the tension of sudden death. I like how their behaviour is going to change towards the end of the game, and I like how we're going to see every player deal with the nerves, because it's a very unique situation. It wouldn't have happened until, you know, back in the day when it was to 15. Did we call set 1 at 14 all?
Such a long time ago now, I can't remember it. So long ago. It's an age since we played 15. I mean, it just took it for granted back then. Well, Gohar has had an outrageous season, the best of her life, obviously. Winning that World Championship, taking that British Open. She's a previous winner of this event, Aisling, and you've got to say, if you were a betting lady or woman or girl, you would probably go for the win for her here, or who are you going for?
You would. I mean, I'd be an idiot, I think.
Don't
well,
don't ever call yourself that.
Say
So
that.
far from it.
Shouldn't say that. I think Gohar, there's one left on the roster for the season, and she's eyeing it up. And we've talked about Sherbini being the unstoppable force at the start of the season. I think latter part of the season is all about the unstoppability of Noran Gohar. Absolutely amazing.
Gina Kennedy managed to squeeze again off of Noran Gohar when they played in Alguna. And that's not true, actually. Got that wrong on the old statistician in my brain. She went down 3-love. She took out Noran Tayeb to then play Gohar. Gohar took her down comfortably. So a bit of a bogey lady or a bogey woman, even for Gina
Certainly
Kennedy.
is, Joey, certainly is. They played most recently at the British Open. Gohar taking the reins there, 3-love. And as you said, World Tour Finals not the best format for Kennedy, so she lost 2-love when they played in the 2021-22 season.
Well, it's Daniel Greco, originally from Venezuela, but based up in Canada now. Just about see him taking charge. Aisling, I was going to ask you, and his VR is Roy Gingell. Any fans coming up from San Francisco, this West Coast, obviously Olympics, LA, West Coast, San Diego. PJ wanted to know how close Houston was to LA. We got that cleared up today, but any fans coming up from the West Coast?
We actually had a number interested at our club. But
nobody bothered. Okay, well that's good. The interest levels are good.
The interest was there.
And we need the data of interest.
Yeah.
So the survey was sent out, but nobody obliged to come. Great stuff. Anyone from maybe the middle of America coming, do you know? with your fast contacts, you know, Montana and those places. Big squash playing kind of states.
Just going to leave that there, Joey. I
Okay.
don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I didn't know if you knew. I mean, you've obviously been over in the States. You must know coaches all over
Montana.
the country.
Montana.
Ride your horse to the squash club in Montana. Beautiful place, though. That'd be worth you going on a nice visit. Bit of downtime.
Bit of Yellowstone.
Take a few books with you.
Play will start in 30 seconds.
So a good test here for Gina Kennedy. Noran Gohar, after winning that British Open the way she did.
15 seconds.
Just feel the attitude now. She can release so much kind of tension and pressure. She can just unleash herself again in this World Tour Finals.
Xbox PSA World Tour Finals 2023-24 Women's Round 1 match. Noran Gohar of Egypt to serve, Georgina Kennedy of England to receive. Best of 3 games. Love all.
And we're in for this one. The brown floor being attacked. That's a pretty savage start. She's not exactly easing into it. She Gohar.
She's talked a lot about enjoyment. The word enjoyment and joy has peppered her speech in the last while, as you talked about the lessening of the pressure. My God, she's playing like a she's playing like a woman possessed, but not with the like fiery, like super focus that she played with at the start. Maybe last season, actually, to an extent. I think this season, when she restarted in Florida, she wasn't putting that much pressure on herself because she was coming back from injury, from the plantar injury that she had. And she really has gone from strength to strength in the latter part of this season.
3-love.
Great line. Great line rewarded with the looser ball from Kennedy. Again.
Yes, led. 3-love.
Again, a decent, powerfully hit ball into the back.
I do like this about Gohar though. The fact, oh, she's just taken half the sidewall with it, but every shot counts. Actually,
out 1-3.
The fact that she comes in with this attitude, so many players that go on about the length of the season. Yeah, it's a lengthy season, but goodness me, it's great to have all these events, and how lucky they are to have all these events. Naron Gohar making up for that lost time with the injury earlier on in this 2023-24 season.
Yeah, but she didn't have a long season. She hasn't had the long season that everyone else has had. So, it's an interesting, hopefully we'll get to chat to some of the players about the schedule and the impact that that's having. Because it's a fantastic position to be in, but it's also, we're seeing some strange results towards the latter part of the season.
And out 2-4.
For those people who've managed their season a little bit better than others.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, it's a bit more of a, with it being organised and in place a season in advance. You know, oh, she's absolutely caned her. Apology there from Gohar. And Gina Kennedy not even flinching, actually.
Okay. Yeah. 2-4.
No. Where's it gone?
Oh, it hit the racket, that's why.
This kind of stuff is what we're seeing, isn't it?
And
most
out
recently,
5-2.
that confidence in short game.
Yeah, the short game has improved massively. The movement, the repetition movement into the front has been pretty incredible.
6-2.
The complete player, and certainly upping the ante. Level's gone up again, you feel. Will there be a response from Shabini?
Down. 7-2.
How long was your flight, by the way? Red eye.
That you're so worried and concerned about. Well, maybe you're not. My flight was 1 hour and 40 from San Francisco to Seattle.
Oh, that's pretty cushy. Great thing about Seattle Airport as well, it's a bag-first airport. I don't know if you heard the announcements. They tend to say it every 3 or 4 minutes, the chap on the tannoy. So you get your bag before you go through customs when you're travelling international. Might be different for domestic. Obviously, you live here, an adopted American.
Good to know, Joey, thanks.
It's a big statement. They've got that outside the airport now. Bag first airport, Seattle. Going back to where you're based on that west coast in San Fran, you've got Naron Gohar's kind of new coach, relatively new coach, Hesham over there as well now.
Yeah, I don't know if she was down there prior to this. I feel like we might have heard on the rumor mill.
Yeah, time. It wasn't a huge amount of time after the British Open.
Yeah.
She might have gone home to enjoy that with her family and her husband.
But yeah, that's a partnership that's clearly gone from strength to strength. She's a lot of confidence in him as a coach, and vice versa. Every shot is pretty much impeccable from Gohar. It's again.
Yeah, it's a bit of a setup.
Hand out 10-4, game ball.
Six game balls. Take a comprehensive first for Gohar. It's being as professional as ever. That's a tidy shot.
Hand out 5-10, game ball. Down. 6-10, game ball.
Yeah, this is nice from Gina Kennedy. Two very positive points in a row. The back end of the first. Even if she doesn't convert this first game, at least playing well like this, competing with Gohar.
Close
11-7, game to Gohar.
Are you 100% sure that was good?
Yeah. Gohar leads 1 game to love.
Well, the wrong Gohar just spoiling the comeback there from Gina Kennedy. This was the one. Absolutely caned it. Nine-minute first game, and it's the number 2 seed leading 1 game to love.
Well, great to have you back. You've been away for quite some time in New Zealand. Just talk us a little bit about that and what was kind of happening with you at the beginning of the 2023-24 season.
Yeah, it's nice to be back. I mean, it's been 8 months back home. Started as 2 months to go back and try and sort my back out, decide whether I was going to go surgery or conservative. Prolapsed disc is what the problem was, but there was a complication of nerve problem that was trapped and we couldn't get it kind of unstuck. Yeah. So it ended up 3 months for that. And then a month after starting to train, I blew my meniscus.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's, as I say, it was like 2 months turned into 8. Yeah. But it was kind of nice, you know, for the first time in a very long time, probably since I was 18, that I've spent.
Really, that long?
Yeah, I left New Zealand when I was 18. Wow. And that's the longest I've been there for, you know, I'm normally there a week, a month at the most. So
through the summer period for you as well.
Through the summer, yeah. And that's busy, you know, that's playing nationals. Yeah. Doing media, things like that. So it was actually the first time in a long time I was able to live kind of as a New Zealander again, and it was superb.
Did you, you a big Lord of the Rings fan?
No. 20 minutes from my house, I've never been.
You're kidding me?
Never been.
If a few of our crew know about that, they'd be distraught because they're big Lord of the Rings fans. No. No, you don't fancy being a hobbit?
I'm 6 foot. I don't think I'd
qualify.
Are you
6 foot?
No, 5'11".
Because I was going to say, because obviously you've got Sarah Jane Perry. She's the tallest, so you're a little bit shyer on the height than her.
Yeah, I'm 5'11", if you ask me, but I'm actually 6 foot.
So in high heels, you'd be
6'1".
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
rogue, and we are in the tech area here, aren't we, in Bellevue?
Certainly are. Certainly are.
For Seattle. Are you pretty good with gadgetry?
Nope.
Hand out one love.
No, I'm not.
More of a hard book. Some hardcover myself.
Yeah, big time.
Hand out 1-all. Hand out 2-1.
It's good response from Kennedy in the second game. Of the 3 rallies played so far, she's opted to attack first in 2 of them, and it's paid off.
You ever a fan personally of the best of 3?
Good. I thought you were going to ask me another question about travel. Okay.
Oh no! I've got one more question.
No,
did you go
please
straight
don't.
to the airport? Sorry, straight to the hotel. Did you go straight to the hotel?
I did, Joey.
So then, did you walk here? Or did you
Stop, Joey.
Did you walk here though? No, seriously.
No.
Because it's a lovely walk. It's worth doing. It's not that long.
Am I a fan of the best of 3 format? Is that what you asked me?
Yes.
No, not in my personal experience. No,
Yes,
it's way too quick.
2-1.
Was it?
It's over
You played the old lengthy, grueling matches.
Right box.
I thought you quite like the best of 3.
You like it, do you? Why?
I mean, I would have struggled. I mean, I'd have tried to get used to it. I think, from a playing point of view, you certainly need to have it a bit more often to get used to it.
Yeah.
To throw it in here and there is a bit difficult. It is starting to come into a few more events with the Grasshopper in Switzerland, the London Classic, which was formerly Canary Wharf. There's a few more that, and obviously NetSuite, which is San Francisco on your
Yeah, I don't know if that will remain the best of 3 format.
Okay.
But I find
because of your influence.
Yeah, no, I would be no. Let's. The best of 3 though, I find it interesting in how the players are training for this in the last, say, 10 days, because they don't have much time. Every player here played the British Open. So do you go back and just do very, very short match play in the last 7 days?
Well, this is definitely worth asking the players when we get an opportunity to, and I'm sure Michael certainly will. That was an interesting exchange. A few smiles there from Kennedy, locked in at 2-all. It definitely has a place in the PSA World Tour, though. It definitely does.
And more male events than female, also. Am I incorrect?
Yeah, you are.
Oh.
Yeah. No. Ali Pali, which is the London Classic, where the females have joined it.
Oh, that's okay.
Previously, yeah, but not now. And then the Grasshopper is both male and female. And obviously NetSuite, which you've now said is not going to be.
I haven't said
confirmed.
or not
Hand
said.
out 3-all. No lead. Player
It's
review,
unfortunate.
Kennedy
She's
on the
been
no lead decision.
Quite a bit more aggressive in this match, in this game, sorry. Serving her well.
What would you give here if you were in the hot seat?
The no let decision I feel is given because the movement first is just to the right. You see, it's just to the, like the racket wraps around the right of Gohar. So I think I would remain.
No lead
it would
decision.
remain a no
Well,
let for
Kennedy
me.
has no reviews remaining. Hand out 4-3.
Certainly going back to the W Hotel where the players are staying.
Touch from Kennedy, well set up, but here again Gohar's increase in speed and fitness around the court in evidence.
That's a nice shot there from Kennedy.
Hand out 4-5. 5-all.
She's done well here, Gina Kennedy. Played the backhand decently at the first, and she's busying herself as per usual, keeping that ball away from the tin.
Ooh.
Right on cue.
6-5.
Who's
Right
your
box.
favourite player at the moment?
Rewards for this, taking it in short. At the moment.
Well, it changes, doesn't it?
It does change, yeah. It's a good question at the moment. Do you know, I like watching generally because of attitude and grit and fight and determination. Tina Gillis. Wonder could she do any damages? She's in a tough group in this World Tour Finals. This is her first
Down.
debut.
7-5. Yes.
So Gina Kennedy extending her lead to 2 at 7-5. Response to the first game deficit.
7-5.
Oh,
And out.
she wasn't quite
6-7.
set up for it that time. Just rocking on her heels a little bit as she played that.
Got another question for you. If you could design a glass court, what colour scheme would it be and why?
Do you know what's interesting about that? The Squash Zone is just right now putting in a glass court, and we were deciding on the lines. Can you guess what colour that we went with?
Well, it depends on the colour of the court, which you've not said.
7-all.
Blue and yellow. Yellow.
Say again.
Yellow lines.
Yellow lines.
And then the floor is dark. A bit lighter than this, I think.
What colour's the court?
Blue, told you.
No lead.
Sorry, sorry, Joey.
She was
I was a
doing
red
you.
eye, and you're asking me
Do you want to
inane
review?
questions.
Player
So
review
I think,
Gohar on the no lead decision.
and we've missed a pivotal moment in the
Well,
match.
this is where you can really redeem yourself. So the no-let goes in, Aisling, and I think
Yeah,
that's
this-
probably a pretty decent decision.
It's a good decision because look at the if she had a swung there was just air behind her.
No lead decision appel. Gohar has
No
no
interference.
reviews remaining. Hand out 8-7.
What's the colour of the club, your club?
The logo is black and yellow. You're on your last legs, Joey, with questions.
Yeah, it's typical response here from
Hand
Gohar.
out
She's
8-all.
going up an extra gear. Let's see what Kennedy can do in response to this.
Yeah, she's
Well, this pace has gone up.
barrage.
Hey, what was that?
A barrage.
Oh, it's a great shot. You enjoyed that rally, didn't you?
Yeah, I like the resets.
9-8.
There was a lot of resets in that rally. Each player having to figure out on the fly when to push the pace, and we could see it from Gohar. Oh!
Well, she's caught up.
Stroke to Kennedy.
Shot's been completely and utterly prevented.
Hand out, 9-all.
Therefore a stroke. You see there, massive contact. Luckily just on the top of the head of Gohar, not round the eye area. Some nasty nicks that can occur. Just wasn't right there on the width.
Hand out, 10-9, match ball.
So close, but yet so far for Kennedy. Match ball.
Are we going to get our first 10-all sudden death situation in this, I wonder? We're 3 matches in now.
We're due one, aren't we?
We are. She's got the speed. Oh! We get it!
We've got sudden death. Wait for the graphics. It's going to be like a hangman or something.
It's going to be a skull and a crossbones.
Game ball, match ball.
Oh, it's up there. You can barely see it. Love the font, though. It's a great font. It's the green sign with sudden death on it for those that can't see it.
Oh,
this is so
that's
exciting.
She set it up now. She has to reset again. Everything must start again.
Can't wait to hear the crowd after this one, Aisling.
Oh!
11-10. Match to Gohar. 2 games to love.
That's an unfortunate one. It really is.
11-7,
Just
11-10.
clipping the top of the tin on sudden death. Gohar managing to hold off the whirlwind. She wasn't far away. Just great effort there. Great effort. Talking of effort, let's hear from Michael.
Nuran, we'll grab you for a quick chat if we can. Congratulations. That was quite exciting, going to sudden death and winning it in that sort of manner. It's a slightly different format, and sort of they were getting quite excited in the commentary box. How was it for you guys playing?
Exciting too. I mean, I think last year I didn't go to sudden death. I went to several power plays, but no sudden death. And I remember talking to my mentor coach before this match. He's like, you have to be prepared to have sudden death. And I was like, I didn't do it last year, so I don't think I'll do it. And obviously, it happened. I mean, Gina played really well today. I think she was moving pretty well and covering the front very well. So yeah, it was a good match to start with. Obviously, in the World Tour finals, you don't have easy matches at the beginning. You have to go straight into it. Okay. Like we played in a semi-final of a Platinum a few weeks ago in the quarterfinals of the British Open. So it's quite tough to get a good start. But yeah, obviously, some tweaks here and there that I need to improve a bit. But overall, I think I managed it pretty well on the day.
Yeah, very good, and going away with all 4 points as well, that's crucial. I'm interested to expand a bit more on the mental preparation for a 10-all sudden death. So what are the specifics that a mental coach says to you? Because obviously it's just about winning that point, but is it how you play the point as well?
Yeah, I think it's both about the plan and the mental side of it. Obviously, I felt Gina wanted to obviously clinch the game, and I was hoping that she goes for something, and she went for it at the end. And yeah, I think it was more about obviously like trying to attack, but with low risk and not overdoing it, and just like being patient. I think that was the key point in this point, and yeah, hoping for the other to do an error.
Well, it certainly worked in your favour there, and congratulations. We'll obviously see you and Gina in round 2 tomorrow, but well done, picked up all 4 points. Let's hear it for Nuran Gohar. Great job.
Oh yeah, let's hear it for the world champion. Got off to a really, really good start. looked like she was actually going to steamroll the match. But fair play to Gina Kennedy. She came out in the second. She used that post very, very effectively. And unfortunately, it did let her down at that time. As key points, that being one of them, and then match ball being the other one. Tipping the tin on match ball. And if she wants a job as a baton twirler, I think she's got one. She caught that racket beautifully. She's put that to bed.
Yeah, 25 minutes. That was some great squash there. Loving the sudden death. It's a great instalment, I feel, for this event. And it was a 2-love win for Naron Gohar. We've got a quick change around. So Paul Coll will be making his debut here in Seattle up against Mezen Hesham. It could be a real danger in the best of three. I'll be handing over to Nicole Bunyan and Paul Hornsby for this last match of the afternoon session.
I love it. The best tournament for me, actually. The best tournament for me. Like some guys will say world champ, some guys will say British Open, some guys say many tournaments, but this for me is my favorite tournament. It's action. It's I love it, like drama and points, and if you win this game, you're gonna have this point. You will qualify. This. It's unbelievable. Like I love the. It seems like a football way, like kind of a football way, like this 3 points, this having 2 points, and if like last year I need to have one game of Mezen to qualify, and I have actually won my 2 matches and 2 love, and then if I lose 2 love, I will be out, you know. First one, actually, I was having world number 1 and 2 and 3 in my poll, actually, and in my group, and I was saying to all my friends and my parents, my coaches, just I want to take one game from Marwan Shourbaghi or from Muhammad or from Ali, just one game, and that's it. And actually, like, I entered this tournament by some guys have to pull out, and I entered the tournament by luck, and it's just 5 minutes from my home, and it was an unbelievable tournament for me. I don't know how I managed to win this. I was like 20 years old, just turned 20, and when I'm seeing this back, it's just unbelievable, unbelievable. And also, like, it happens like this, like I'm having 3 World Tour finals, you know, in a row, and the time flies. Like I'm 23. Like, yes, I'm 23. I was like still young, but like I quite remember when I was in Birmingham, for example, playing the under 17, you know, British Open. So it's just time flies, and hopefully, like it's gonna be my title this year. Hopefully, the World Tour finals.
What a heavyweight blow! Oh my goodness gracious me! That's an absolute ripper! Oh wow! Oh my goodness me, that was like a cannon shot. That was hit so hard. Just won his British Open Championship! The Raging Bull! Oh my goodness me!
Yeah, man, Rasta. Good beats there. Very good indeed. Day one, round one here of the PSA World Tour Finals. Thank you very much for taking your seats nice and promptly. We're ready to switch our attention to the men's half of the draw now. So please welcome the world number 5, playing in his highest world ranking to date, from Egypt, Momen Hesham. His opponent here in round one is the current world number 3 from New Zealand. It's Superman Coll.
Well, final match of the afternoon session here in Bellevue. It's Coll, number 2 seed, taking on the Black Falcon, Momen Hesham. I am Nicole Bunyan, and joining me all the way from New Zealand is Paul Hornsby.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure, Nicole, to be back in the comms box with yourself.
It's been a few months. Oh man, warming up on the left-hand side of the court currently. Momen Hesham having one of the best seasons, if not the best season of his career so far. Currently sat at his highest world ranking of number 5. He's had some terrific results this season and pushed all of the top players.
Yeah, he's been superb actually. I mean, such a unique style of a player. He'll be licking his lips in this event. Best of 3 is really going to be something that he'll thrive on, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been very in form. I feel he's been a bit unlucky not to get across the line in a couple of these. We're going to talk about head-to-heads shortly, but he's had a very, very close encounter in recent times with his opponent here today, Coll.
Yeah, unfortunately he's not been able to get it across the line ever against Coll.
This is people on a friend of yours, isn't it, Paul?
Myself and Paul go back a long way. He's a good friend of mine, as well as somebody that I did do a bit of work with in his earlier professional career. Can't claim to have done too much with him in recent years, other than being at the Commonwealth Games with him. There's a story coming up about that shortly, Nicole, which I know you're itching to hear.
I am. Well, he's down at world number 3. Has obviously been as high as world number 1. Did not manage to get through and win at the World Championships this year, which is still on his bucket list, I have to say.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's obviously knocking on the door consistently. He's picked up a few platinum events over the season. As you say, not quite managed to get through those tough semi-battles against Mustafa Asal, both at the World Championships and in Birmingham just over a week ago.
Here's a pretty amazing head-to-head, 7-0 for Coll against Hesham. And they have played once in this best of 3 format. It's 2-love to Coll. While taking charge of this match will be Andrea Santamaria as the central referee. And her sidekick as the video referee will be Nathan Turnbull.
Well, I hope you're sitting comfortably there, Nicole, because the story time starts right now. It's related to the warm-up top that Coll chooses to wear nowadays on tour. Actually belongs to me.
That's it.
Belongs to me, and the story goes that after the singles event, he won the gold medal, and that was the podium tracksuit that we were provided by High Performance, or by the New Zealand Olympic Committee, and we went for dinner that night, and he spilt curry down his own. So when he won the doubles with Joel King, he had to borrow my podium tracksuit. I never got it back, but I do own one that's got a curry stain on it.
He just made you switch, did he? Well, it fits nicely.
Looks good on him. It looks better on him than it did on me, I can tell you that much.
Well, now just swapping out the warm-up top for bright red t-shirt. Naila Gillis just having a few words with him. And by contrast, Hesham taking to proceedings on his own. I can't believe that Paul Coll gave you his curry stained.
He's actually since signed it for me, which is very good of him. So
he signed the stain.
It now resides in my shop in Auckland.
Xbox PSA World Tour Finals 2023-2024 men's round 1 match. Mazen Hesham of Egypt to serve, Paul Coll of New Zealand to receive. Best of 3 games. Love all.
Well, it's Hesham who kicks us off here. Our second men's match of today's play. Oh, it's a blistering start.
Well, Paul Coll will certainly be ready to expect the unexpected here. As we said last time they played, Hesham did take a 2-1 lead before Coll steadied the ship and managed to turn that one around. So he'll know that Hesham's got some severe weaponry. Backhand corner for me. I've watched Hesham over the years. Can just be completely and utterly unreadable.
I feel this is going to be a good court for Hesham. The previous match I was commentating on was Tayeb Momen, who's one of the most attacking players obviously on tour, and he was just able to rip Diego Elias's movement apart, which is not easy to do. He's one of the smoothest movers on tour.
Yeah, I watched bits of that match through the side wall in that first game, and he came back from being a few points down. His touch into the front corners was absolutely sublime.
Yeah, and we're seeing signs of that here with Hesham in the early stages in this first.
And now 1-3.
Well, Paul, I know that you'll probably have a slight, ever so slight bias here in this match, but do you feel that today's the day that Hesham gets his inaugural win over Paul Coll?
Well, if I put bias aside, Nicole, I think Paul's going to find a way to contain him in the long run in this match, but I would not be surprised if we see Hesham just unsettle him in this first game, as he has done so far. He's taken a pretty quick lead, but I think Paul will come through in 3 games.
Perfectly weighted shot from Coll.
And out 2-4.
Just waited for Hesham to have to commit his movement forward. Couldn't quite get around, and second bounce fading at the back wall.
Yeah, it was a quality shot. Made to look quite simple, but it's a slight delay in the swing just made Hesham commit, as you said.
Hand out, 5-2. Yeah.
Well, last time these two played, Paul, was at the US Open 2023, which, as you just alluded to earlier, Paul Coll actually trailed 2-1 against Hesham, and then eventually did prevail in 82 minutes. But since then, Coll's really come in to some better form and has introduced a lot more attacking options into his game, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's had a great season, really. Well, he'll obviously go into every event backing himself to pick up titles. And obviously, World Championships recently and the British Open. Quite managed to get through against the Saudis we spoke about. But yeah, he's forever developing his game. He's a real student of the game. He always has been. Always looking for new ideas and new information.
6-2. Quickly, please.
Yeah, I feel as though every tournament or every two tournaments you can see a little bit of a change, whether it's in his technique or a new shot that he's clearly looking to impose.
Nice snap of the wrist there.
3-6.
Nice little bit of hold at the top of the swing once again.
Player review, Hesham on the not good decision.
Well, it sounded very clunky on the floor with his racket, but he's adamant that he got this back.
Yeah, it seemed pretty heavy. Oof. Need to have another look at that.
No. First time I saw that, I thought it was a double.
Yeah, I think we were a little bit put off by the sound. Like you said, it was clunky, but looking at the video, it actually looks like it's good, confirmed. So that's an excellent decision to review by Hesham.
3-6, right side.
He started before you called it. He started before you called
No,
it.
no. 3-6, Mr. Coll serving.
This is the second time you messed with me. Second time in 2 tournaments.
Well, in Andrea Santamaria's defense, in real time, I actually thought that was down. I think it's pretty hard to see.
4-6. Out 7-4.
Well, it's been a pretty quick game so far. Rallies are very short, which is surely to Mazen Hesham's liking. And like some funny bounces out there as well, Paul.
Yeah, I think the players are going to take a little bit of time to settle in. I mean, we practiced on this court yesterday and this morning, but even so, in match play on there, we have to understand a little bit more about it.
5-7. 5-7, right side. From the right. Six, 7.
Oh, wow. Well, that is
7-all.
perfect timing for Paul Coll. He's putting a couple of big rallies there in terms of lengthening, making it a little bit more of a physical match, but that's what we know he's capable of, Hesham.
Yes, let's. 8-7.
Paul, looks to me like the players are just a little unsure of their movement on the court. Maybe it's the way the ball's bouncing or the way it feels underneath their feet, but we saw with Diego Elias, he's getting stuck on the ball in the front corners a little bit. Even Paul there, he's taking a little bit of extra attention to, you know, to make sure he gets his feet into the right position. It looks a little uneasy.
Yeah, like I say, it's
9-7.
Quite different to the courts that they're used to playing on these days. Surface of the floor and the colours as well. Might just take a little bit of adjusting to.
And there's not much time to adjust, obviously, with the best of 3 format. You want to be feeling as good as possible from the get-go.
Handout.
It's another stunning volley there from Coll. Still trails by 1 point in this opening game, but do feel as if he's taken a bit of the sting out of Hesham. That blazing start from the Egyptian. Well, he likes that free-wall boast from the forehand side, but that one sat up.
9-all, left side.
Got duly punished by Coll. You know that he can get onto those balls so explosively. It doesn't matter how explosive you are if the ball's rolling out of the nick, of course. So he's going to take the ball into that area. With more quality, and the tin.
That's a big miss from Hesham.
All of a sudden, let's take a turn for the worse. Hesham.
First game ball goes to Paul Coll, the man in red.
Last match, Coll saw the first sudden death point at this event. Are we going to see another one?
Oof. It's a big movement.
Oh.
Central referees just called that down. Players keep going. It's a really early ask from Hesham.
Video referee decision on the Hesham appeal. Let's
well,
have
what
a
a
look
frantic
at the
rally
video.
we've just seen there.
That's exactly the right word to describe it. Hesham throwing all sorts of angles.
It felt to me as if the line there was to the right of Paul Coll. Could be.
As soon as Hesham set off from the tee, you could hear him yelping, asking for the let. Very, very high racket prep as well.
No let. 11-9, game to Coll.
Well, no let goes in.
1 game to love.
Frustrating for Hesham, seeing as he had that early lead.
Yeah, I think he'll be kicking himself because he came off to an absolute flyer there, didn't he?
Well, 14 minutes. That's Paul Coll that takes first game against Mazen Hesham, 11-9.
Paul, the mark of a true champion is knowing how to fight through and get the victory when you do not have your best stuff.
Oh my goodness, he's going to get this! Oh, he's got it!
Well, that is absolutely ferocious hitting from Gohar.
Oh, that is an absolute screaming win from Al Shabagi. Outrageous! That is outrageous! What a rally, what a last couple of rallies!
Oh, it's on for Sophie. If it's on, it's on. She's taking it in.
And as you said, frantic as possible. And it did pay off. It's just credit to Paul Coll, who steadied the ship at the end.
Yeah, and I think
Play resume in 30 seconds.
Coll would have been expecting that type of approach from Hesham. He's certainly a player who can unsettle an opponent.
15 seconds. Coll leads 1 game to love. Love all.
He apologises there, Coll.
1-0.
I'm hoping he's not apologising for the quality of the shot, because that was bang on point. Going for that 2-0 boast again. Like worked for him so far, really.
Stroke to Hesham. And out 1-1.
Paul, what sort of response do you think is needed tactically from Hesham, seeing as he was pretty close in that first and just lost by such a narrow margin?
Well, I think pretty much the same as what he came out doing in the first game. He's got to try to pick his opportunities. If anything comes out there onto his racket, to just try to stun that ball and stun Paul Coll in the meantime. Yeah, I don't think he's going to take on Paul Coll at his own game and come off well at all. So he's got to take his chances, keep the ball out of his end.
I can't afford to do that.
And out 2-1.
Errors are so much more costly in this best of 3 format. I've only said best of 3 about 50 times so far today. So there is such a difference between it and the best of 5. The pressure on every point feels triple.
Yeah. Well, it's a reasonably common feature now at various events across the PSA World Tour. Players will be constantly having game plans and knowing what to expect and what works and doesn't work. Obviously, the sudden death is a newbie.
Yeah, it is. I wonder how the players feel about it. Look forward to getting their opinions on that throughout the week.
Yeah, it's the ultimate pressure. Fortunately for the players' heart rates, if it does go to a deciding game, then it will be a too-clear situation.
4-1.
Right now, Hesham's got a little bit of work to do, a bit of a mountain to climb to get himself into that position.
Yeah, I couldn't have said that better myself, Coll. It's the response from Coll after that first half dozen points in the first game. It's been pretty solid. He's taken control of this match now, and surprised to see him let this go.
Coll's doing a much better job of containing Hesham, not giving him as much on his racket to work with. That's impeccable line hitting from Hesham.
And out.
We had the perfect camera angle, and there's another perfect camera angle to appreciate that. That was absolute perfection. You know, we talk about how clinical he is into the front of the court, but it's the other side of the coin.
Yeah, I think the way that Hesham hits it quite flat and heavy into the back, I think this court would really suit him if he can look to do that a little bit more.
No access. You're in front of his line to hit the ball.
And maybe also start to use his attacks into the front, not so much as winners, but then follow up and look to close the court down, which we saw a lot with Diego and Tayeb Momen. They were both looking to hunt the volley after they took the ball into the front, because if you get that ball fading, we've seen that, it just doesn't come back. There's no life in the ball.
6-2. Yes, let 6-2.
Again, across that short line. So good these days, Paul Coll. That volley drop looks so calm.
No let.
There's acres of space there for Hesham to swing.
Play. 8-2.
Well, it's one-way traffic, this, Nicole.
9-2.
Hesham looking a bit disillusioned by how this has unfolded after that nice start in the first. Oh, get in there.
I think and even Hesham's appreciating that one.
Match ball.
Taste of his own medicine. Look at that.
Oh, that must have felt good.
Bit of a wry smile from Coll as he serves. 8 match balls to close this out. And not even moving for that one.
Well, I'll tell you what, he really freed up there towards the end of that second game.
9, 11,
Let the arm go. Absolute freedom.
So let's hear it for both players one more time. Let's hear it for Mazen Hesham and go away with the 4 points for Coll.
Well, we're going to hear from Paul Coll with Michael down at courtside.
Thanks, Nicole. Yeah, let's hear from Paul and see what he has to say about this match. Good start, important first. That looked like that was the tight one to win.
Yeah, for sure. He came out the blocks as I thought he would. Had a 3-wall nick boast, nick off the serve, good 2-wall boast. So I knew what I had to do. It was just sort of not panicking and trying to get in front of him. And yeah, I mean, he's a hard player, like to play in this sort of format especially. So happy with how I sort of closed it up.
Yeah, let's talk about the format. We haven't really done that today. Who does it benefit out of the top 8 players, and obviously best of 3 until we reach the men's and women's finals at the tail end of the tournament? But who does it favour in these early stages out of you top 8 players?
I don't know. I've won a few best of 3 tournaments. I like to think I've got a slight favourite there, but it's a tough one. I actually don't mind it. It sort of takes one of my strengths out, but it sort of adds to I think what my other strength is, and that's consistency and not making too many mistakes, because if you make mistakes in this format, it's it's a killer. So yeah, I think it suits me. I mean, top 8 players, I think it suits all of them, really, to be honest. This stage of the season, last tournament, it's harder to concentrate for as long, so the best of 3 maybe suits sort of everyone a bit.
And colours on the wall was the other thing that they brought up as well. Is that something that takes adjusting to? We're not used to necessarily playing with this colour combo. Quite retro as well. If you look back at some of the squash footage from yesteryear, the green, blue, yellow combo looks great on TV, but how does it play?
Yeah, 100%. Like I think Joey mentioned before, I've got a shirt this colour and a shirt this colour, so I'm going to leave those in the bag this tournament. And just sort of stick with neutral colours so I don't you don't lose me in the floor. But yeah, it's we've watched a lot of old school classic matches on this court, so yeah, it's cool to play on it. I watched a lot of JP, Jonathan Powell playing on it and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really cool to sort of play on the court. It's obviously an older court, but still holding up all right.
Good stuff. Well done, and we'll see you in round 2. Let's hear it for Paul Coll, ladies and gentlemen. So as I said, going away with all 4 points there, so nice souvenir for that.
Well, it was a relaxed looking and sounding Paul Coll there, having a little joke there about the colour of his clothing. Quite a hot topic, but what a performance from the Kiwi. As we expected, Mazen Hesham came out all guns blazing. Coll was too solid in the end, just freed up his shot selections in that last game. Looked to be thoroughly enjoying himself out there.
11-2 match to Coll.
Cruised across the line.
Well, after a testing first game, which lasted 14 minutes, it was quick-fire stuff for the Kiwi. And he closed out 2-love against Mazen Hesham. And now we're going to hear from Paul Hornsby and Aisling.
Well, that closes out that morning session and the first session, of course, of this Xbox World Tour Finals. What are your thoughts so far, Paul?
I think we're off to a flyer. There's been some really entertaining squash out there. The opening match with Hania against Norel Tayeb was... Here he is, look.
Do you know him?
I've seen him somewhere. He's been wearing my top when he's been knocking up. No, I think it's been a great start to the event. Some entertaining squash out there. We've already seen one of the sudden death rallies, which was what we've been looking forward to seeing.
That's what we're paying the good money for, I think. Anyway, I really like this format. And speaking of this format and the groups, there's a couple of groups. Which do you think is the better group to be in? There's a group of death and there's a group of life, perhaps.
Well, I think that the group for the fans really is the group we're going to see this afternoon, especially in the men's side of things. Some absolute rippers on there. So I think it's going to be a very interesting evening to look forward to.
Yeah, plenty of good squash. I mean, obviously there is, because we're dealing with the top 16 in the world, and all of these are going to put their best foot forward for this event. Anyway, to confirm the first 4 scores this morning and afternoon, Hammamy came through after 1 game deficit and beat Norel Tayeb 2-1. Diego Elias, not his best day at the office, let's be honest, and he came down against Momen winning that 2-love. And finally, or last but not least, I guess, it's Georgina Kennedy came out strong in the second game against Nora and Gohar, but that was a 2-love defeat for her. And then Paul Coll, of course, Paul Hornsby's good old friend, won that one 2-love, and that was quite comfortable in the end. Paul Hornsby, not Coll, what are you most looking forward to?
Easy mistake to make.
Yes.
Yeah, I think if there was ever a time to use the analogy, a kid in a candy shop, it's right now. But I think that last match is going to be an absolute ripper. Mohamed El Shabaghi in a best-of-3 format taking on Mustafa Asal. I think it's going to close out a great evening of squash.
Yeah, I think that's the one on everyone's lips. Ali Farag, watch this space. Can he do it? Finally, can he take the World Tour Finals this year? Let's see.